Hello everyone, my name is PolishLynx and we are cleaning the canteen with Uliana, and actually we finished. It took us a few hours to fix up the canteen. At last all the broken tableware was gone, chairs and tables were in their designated places, the floor looked clean. We were sitting together with Uliana next to the food counter, breathing heavily, deserved. Full resting. No, you see how much effort has to be put in because of a silly trick. But I'm not tired at all. For the sweat pouring down her face told her the opposite story. Well, good for you. So what are we gonna do next? I don't know about you, but I'd rather go. No, that's not all. You have to... She hesitated. To help me with another little thing. Thinking of another sleeping prank. You bet. She was smiling broadly. I'm not your man here. I'm more than fed up with just one punishment for today. Okay, here's the deal. And if you help me now, there won't be any more pranks. Sure, that was an inviting prospect, but somehow I couldn't bring myself to trust Uliana even for a moment. Well, it wouldn't hurt to ask. So what is your cunning plan? We're gonna steal the candy. What? I should have expected something like that. Candy is for kids. Soon the chief will go out to dump the trash. Nobody's gonna see us. Count me out. Whatever. She grunted and turned away. Then I'll do it myself. And I won't allow... Ooh, I couldn't even finish the sentence as Uliana already jumped over the counter, ran to the cabinet, opened the door and started rummaging through it. Hey, cut that! It's not like you haven't got enough problems with Olga Dmitrievna. She didn't reply. You won't get away with just cleaning duty for something like that? Uliana closed the cabinet. She had a huge bag of candy in her hands. You little... Put it back! She stuck out her tongue at me and dashed off through the back door. I couldn't just leave it at that. I darted off in pursuit. Sure, the girl had quite a head start, but I still funneled all my energy into the chase. I won't lose her again. We ran through the square. Turned at the music club building. And came out onto the forest trail. I almost caught Uliana when she stopped abruptly. I couldn't pull up as sharply, so I crashed into her, sending us sprawling. We rolled down onto the grass. Gotcha! I gave a victorious shout. No, you didn't, she replied with an ashamed tone. Uliana was lying under me. Her face was right next to mine. I felt her erratic breathing and the heat of her body. Sure, right now she's only a child, but soon enough she'll become a woman. It was pretty embarrassing. You gonna rape me? I didn't expect such a thing, she said, going back to her senses. You want me to? Anyway, it was more like a game to her. Sure do. She gave a cunning smile and snorted quietly. Or was it just my imagination? I'm not really in the mood. Whatever. Uliana reached up and bit me on the nose. I wasn't expecting that and even pulled back a little. Just a moment of hesitation was enough for her to wrestle out and run a dozen feet away. Watch it! You're gonna regret this later! She laughed out loud and disappeared into the woods. The candy bag was left lying on the ground near me. I wonder if she dropped it on purpose. It's getting near dinner time, so I had to hurry up and return the candy, and preferably, very preferably, stay under the radar. Of course, I will explain the situation. It was Uliana who had stolen them. But who's gonna believe me? Olga Dmitrievna was already waiting for me at the entrance to the canteen. Good job, Semyon! And what? I hid the bag of sweets behind my back. The bag was transparent and too big to put it in my pocket. I was talking about the cleanup. Everything is clean and tidy. Well, yeah. And where is Uliana? I wish I knew. She will come soon. Okay then, go and have your dinner. I entered the canteen. To my utter lack of surprise, it was full. Now I really don't know how to return the bag without being noticed. Sure, I could do it in the evening, but what to do? What do I do with it now? Semyon! I turned around. Slavia was in front of me. Whoa, what's that? She looked at the bag, and I didn't manage to hide in time. Caught red-handed, or more like sweet-handed, time to prepare for a scolding. These are sweets. Where from? I stole them, damn it. Got them from Uliana. Oh, I see. Same old song and dance. What do you mean? It's not the first time she's stolen sweets. And why am I not surprised? Let me handle this. Thanks. Slavia saves the day yet again. She took the bag and headed to the buffet. I had no desire to listen to what she was going to say while returning the sweets, so I started to look around the canteen looking for a place to sit. It seems that I will have to share a dinner table with Electronic and Shurik. There were... Alright, so we already shared it with them. I'm going to see Alisa instead of the dance. So it's time then. A few minutes later, I approached the stage. Maybe it was a bad idea accepting her offer. Just talking to Dvachevskaya means danger. On the other hand, I was eager to go to the dance. What can I do there? I'd only disgrace myself. No, I'm better off listening to Alisa play the guitar. Coming closer, I saw a person sitting on the edge on the stage, with her legs dangling. So you came after all. Alisa put the guitar aside and jumped to the ground. There was even a trace of joy on her face for a moment. Playing for someone is surely more interesting than being alone. As you can see. What are we going to do? What do you mean, what? I'm asking you. Well, you wanted... I got a sudden idea that this situation is one of her usual pranks and I should never have expected to hear any guitar songs. I'm going to bed. Oi! I turned around and waved a hand intentionally slowly. Hey! Alisa grabbed my sleeve. What? Don't you want to listen? Listen to what? You yourself don't know what you are going to do. Of course I know! She took the guitar and hit the strings with a plectrum a couple of times. Sit next to me! I didn't object, and in a moment I was sitting beside her. It's better this way. Miss the dance, leave now, and then what would I do? The role of a stranger was more suitable for a passive observer and not for the eager seeker of answers, who I wanted to be so badly. So I'll show you how to play this song now. Just like that, right away. What do you mean, right away? I haven't held a guitar for a long time. She could probably guess how long it had been since I held one. My skills were enough to make a cat laugh. It's not difficult. I threw an intense look at Alisa. It distinctly seems to me that now that she just can't express her feelings. She could lose her strange self-control for a moment, and I get to see a casual and even funny and friendly girl. And then, when her self-confidence and impudence turned back on, it was bitchness as usual. And which is the real one? Hey! What? Stop daydreaming! Yeah, sorry. So, are you watching? I am. What song is it? The one I played this morning, of course. Alright, I'm listening. Alisa made up her mind and started to play. That's it? Did you get everything? I may have understood it, but I probably won't be able to replicate it. How shall I put it? It's okay, practice makes perfect. She's undoubtedly right on this point, but I've had problems with practice all my life. Well... I took the guitar from Alisa and tried to play the first chord. It was hard, as if my fingers were tied in a knot and didn't want to be in the right place. I used to be better before, but now I wouldn't even be able to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Well, wait a moment. Looks like you won't be a rock hero. She laughed kindly. It may be better this way. I hissed vainly, trying to remember the order of strings to press. Well, the guitar started to make devilish sounds resembling the groans of a wounded dinosaur. My left hand fingers constantly missed the right frets and my right hand didn't strike in a rhythm. Let's call that progressive rock. Progressive? Well, give it back. She took the guitar away and it sounded completely different in her hands. I felt embarrassed by my clumsiness for a moment. Alisa's skill may not be on the level of a professional guitarist, but nevertheless she played simple things like this with confidence. She must have had a lot of practice. Did you get it this time? She finished and offered the guitar to me. Well, I did better the second time, but it was still a long way from Alisa's level. Or from any decently adequate level. I was aware of how totally worthless I was compared to her. It seems so simple, just play a song with 3 chords. The tune is too simple for... I put the guitar aside. Alisa was lost in thought for a moment. Even a preschool kid could play it better. Thanks. I tried. So I noticed. She might be trying to demonstrate her evident superiority at playing the guitar. It's not like everyone can be a musician. Not really. Alisa looked up at the sky. For you can't be one, that's for sure. Why is that? You should have heard yourself. I started to regret coming here. Well, don't mind me. Why does Alisa need to do this? It's obvious that I'm a horrible guitarist. Obviously. But if I had some practice. So will you practice? I don't know. Maybe I will. The guitar was the least of my problems for. I'm stuck in a strange world I can't escape from. That's more important than a stupid argument with Alisa. I suddenly felt an annoying self-pity, apathy, and an urge to leave this place to forget this evening. Those feelings left a nasty impression and a burning desire to do or say something stupid. As if it would change anything. What? Me learning to play the guitar. You surely couldn't. You'd strum the guitar for a couple of days and give it up. Alisa's words pierced my heart. You know what? Oh well, should she know? Is it any concern of hers? Am I reacting this way just because it's true and that is Alisa who spoke the truth? You can't know how to do everything. Probably not. But you should be able to at least do something. So are you saying that I can't do anything? How should I know? You know, I what? Should I tell her about my computer skills? Or about the books I've read and movies I've watched? Well, this is a pointless conversation. That goes without saying. You're only concerned with having fun. And you do nothing but whine. Forget it. I jump down from the stage and walk away from a concert area. Go then. I heard Alisa yelling to me. I'm already going, I hissed. The path led me back to the square. There was Nave in the center of it, sweeping the area. Oh, Semyon, hi! I thought everyone was already sleeping. No, what are you doing? Cleaning up after the ball. Why didn't you come? Just... And where have you been? I hadn't the slightest intention of telling Slavia how I embarrassed myself on the stage with the guitar in front of Alisa while the whole camp was having fun at the square. I took a walk. Okay, but you should have come. It was fun. Glad you enjoyed yourself. I'd been sweating like a pig today because of worries over just a hot night. Hey, do you know where I can have a bath? Certainly. Go straight, then a bit to the left by the path, then to the right and there will be a bathhouse. Should I accompany you? No need. I will find myself. I thought I didn't want to burden her more. I walked along the forest path in the direction Slavia showed. My whole body was itching. How didn't I notice it before? And more importantly, what else hadn't I noticed? If things keep going like this, then I will have to stay in this world forever. I shivered at the thought. Probably at the idea that I didn't feel any terror or even just fear. Just like it's all the natural flow of things. I could see a bathhouse behind the trees. And why do the pioneers have baths here? Olga Dmitrievna had said something about repairs to the showers for... No reason to worry about now. There were soap and clean towels, so I quickly washed myself, went outside and breathed in a chest full of fresh night air. It is so wonderful that physical cleanliness brings spiritual cleanliness. All of my problems, if not went away, then at least became less important. It's like the water washed away not only dirt from body, but also the anxiety from my mind. I suddenly started yawning, so I headed to the leader's cabin, rubbing my eyes. I didn't take even a few steps before Alisa jumped out from the bushes. You, what are you doing here? I was just washing myself. She came to her senses and spoke again. And? And what? How should I know? Then why do you speak if you don't know? All my peace of mind vanished in a moment, only the irritation and the weariness remained. Okay, well, if you don't mind. Wait! Now what? If back there on the stage you thought that, well, I didn't want to offend you or anything. It's okay, I'm not offended, I just can't play the guitar, nothing special, a lot of people can't. I felt that there were obvious signs of irritation in my voice, but I couldn't do anything about it. I wanted to say everything to her face, right here, right now. Exactly, you can. Lisa obviously restrained herself from laughing. I've already had enough of you. She totally drove me out of my wits at that moment. In another second I would have started to yell at her. Or worse. Wait! Would you just leave me alone? Alisa followed me but didn't try to stop me. I really didn't want to offend. Some evil power made me to turn around. Okay, can I go now? Yeah, of course. In the moonlight, Alisa looked very beautiful, with a brief guilty expression on her face. If she could only keep her mouth shut. What are you smirking at? Nothing. I just thought that if only you were a little bit more polite. Then what? I shouldn't say such things. People could get ideas depending on their intellectual abilities. Then nothing. You should finish what you started. There is nothing to finish. I'm very tired, and I'm going to sleep. Stop right there! Don't make me run away from you. As if you could. She may be right. I'm already exhausted from this day, and naturally, I had no intention of running after a bath. So what? What? If only I would be more polite, then what? Try it, and you will see. Why should I do anything for a fool like that? For a fool like you? Then don't try. What does it have to do with me? I sighed and dragged myself to the square. And what about you then? What? I replied without turning to her. Well, if I would, then you. I don't know what you're talking about, but let's think that I would if it is easier for you. Moron! Alisa yelled at me and headed to the bathhouse. Let's end the episode here. Well, I guess we are getting closer and closer to the ending with Alisa. See you in the next episode. Bye.